So much for coming to the book launch of A Dangerous Daughter by the fabulous Dina Davis. An excellent turnout. I will get out of the way very shortly and leave it to the professionals, but just a few quick words. First of all, we haven't quite hit our capacity for COVID, but please do sign in and feel free to use our hand sanitizers because we're all quite packed in here. Now, I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. Thank you to the Larrakia people for hosting us. The two ladies I'm standing here with need no introduction, but I will do my best anyway. Dina Davis is the Vice President of the Writers' Centre's Board, 2020 finalist for the Chief Minister's Award, and twice shortlisted for the NT Literary Awards, and more to come, no doubt. We've thoroughly enjoyed selling your first book, Capriccio, and we're going to have a great time selling Dangerous Daughter as well, no doubt. And Sandra Thibodeau, to my right, will be launching the book, and I'll let Sandra and Dina talk about how they know each other in a moment. Sandra, as well, is a very accomplished writer. We enjoyed reading Age of Bones most recently at the Writers' Festival. Many of you will remember if you were there. Sandra has also twice won the NT Lit Awards for her plays and been shortlisted for both the Patrick White and Griffin Playwriting Awards. So, without further ado, should I read the letter now? Yeah, alright. One more statement before I get out the way. I've got a few words from the publisher of A Dangerous Daughter to be read now at the launch. This is from Evan Shapiro, co-founder of Silento Publishing in Sydney. I would like to congratulate Dina on the release of A Dangerous Daughter, the inaugural work published under Silento's Publishing's Author First program. Through this exclusive initiative, we seek to publish quality works of literary fiction, and I can't think of a better author or work to get this exciting program started. Once I had finished reading Capriccio, the idea of publishing Dina's next work was clear and present. I'm very pleased that she decided to trust Silento Publishing with this important, insightful, and expertly crafted work. All books are special to authors, but this one I knew was of particular importance to Dina, and it's been my great pleasure to help her realise its publication. Dina has worked tirelessly through our rigorous traditional editorial process with our chief wielder of the red pen, Leone Sperling. It's not a process for the faint of heart, but it certainly proves your mettle, and Dina has done that in spades. I'm proud to publish A Dangerous Daughter, but more so I'm proud of Dina and her commitment to her story and artistry. Congratulations from all at Silento, and I wish the book every success. And without further ado, I will hand over to Dina.
Well, welcome everybody. It's wonderful to see you all here. And thank you, Sean, for that introduction. I'd first like to acknowledge the custodians of the land on which we stand tonight, the Larrakia people, and their elders past, present and emerging. Thanks to the bookshop for their generosity in holding this launch. Your support and encouragement of local authors is an invaluable gift to the literary life of Darwin and the top end. Thanks Sean and Ashley and Anna in absentia for organising this event. Thanks to the wonderful Sandra Thibodeau, playwright and writing mentor, for generously giving your time and energy to launch this book. And thanks to my grandson Arlo, in front of me, for the author photo he took for the cover of this book. And I'd like to thank my partner Kit and my beautiful family in Darwin, somewhere here, for putting up with me while I pushed through draft after draft of A Dangerous Daughter. And no, this book is not about either of my daughters, Justine and Anna, who are definitely not dangerous. And last but not least, thanks to my publisher, Silento. I'm going to read a short passage from chapter 4 of the book called Winchester Hospital. I'd like to just give a short warning too that the content of this chapter and throughout the book deals with issues of mental illness and eating disorders and may be distressing to some people. So I would just like you to know that. In this chapter, my main character, who's called Ivy Morgenstern, undergoes electric shock treatment in the hopes it will cure her from a strange and unnamed illness in which she refuses to eat. Some here may find this distressing, but it is a true and necessary account of the way obsessive behaviour was treated in Australia 60 years ago. Ivy's story is not all gloom and doom, however. It is a tale of survival against all odds. So I'll now read from chapter 4. A man in a dull green apron arrives in the ward. Ivy and the other patients stiffen, each one fearing it might be her turn. This morning, the man comes straight to Ivy's bed. Her heart thumps through her bony chest. She knows treatment is a euphemism for torture. He rolls her onto a trolley. It's cold and hard. Instinctively, Ivy struggles against the broad leather belts pinning her down. She's strapped to the trolley like a piece of luggage. Underneath the thin sheet, she feels rubber, its smell in her nostrils sending a sharp signal of fear. She's trundled along the corridor by the man in green, who she can't see because he's behind her. They reach the thick, opaque double doors that open as the trolley touches them. Ivy knows without knowing that this is the entrance to hell. 3 other patients are lined up, strapped to their trolleys. Ivy sees the one nearest her, a middle-aged woman with grey frizzy hair, babbling about getting the police. She sees her go suddenly still as a doctor in a white coat approaches. He's wearing a stethoscope around his thick neck and round horn-rimmed spectacles on his fleshy nose. "Now, Mrs. Lacey, we are going to make you better. This won't hurt a bit. It'll be just like going to sleep." Ivy feels a surge of fear. The woman looks up at him, terrified. He puts something hard and transparent into her mouth and covers her eyes with a piece of green cloth. She starts to struggle. The doctor places 2 white pads on either side of her forehead. He gives a signal to someone behind him, lifting his hand in a kind of salute. The woman's body convulses, her limbs jerk, her jaws clamp rigid in a ghastly grin as her head rolls from side to side, eyes almost popping out of their sockets. Ivy watches the woman's flailing body. Her mouth goes dry, her heart bangs in her chest. She tries to heave herself out of the leather straps with all her failing strength. At that moment, the doctor approaches and stands over her, looking down at her, unsmiling. "Now, who have we got here? You must be one of the youngest I've seen. Come on now, be a brave girl." Now he smiles, a mouth-only smile, while his eyes remain hard. For a moment, Ivy's sure he means to kill her, like the children in those camps were killed in the war. She knows she's being punished for the sin of not eating, a sin that she's powerless to stop. "Your parents have agreed to this treatment and have signed all the papers. It'll make you better and you'll be able to eat again. I must also warn you that it may affect your memory, but only temporarily, as far as we know. Do you understand?" Ivy stares at the doctor. Her lips move, yet no sound comes out. She wants to plead with him, to promise she'll be good if he lets her go. But he's busy, pressing wet pads to her temples and pushing a mouthguard between her teeth. There's a rumbling noise in her ears like distant thunder, and a burning pain behind her eyes as her teeth clamped down. Then a white, blinding light. Then blackness. Thank you. I just want to bring your attention to a slideshow that should be showing there. Anyway, they're just images that relate to the book, so please come and have a look. And note that, the warning which I mentioned before is if you think they may be distressing, don't look. So, thank you, everybody. And